Hey, this is Vector of Vector's Toy Reviews. Today we're going to review Transformers Deluxe Cybertron Mode Megatron, the one that came with the 2-pack with the Transformers animated DVD. Now, some people do not know what the DVD includes. The DVD includes the first part of the 3-part movie special and a gallery with all the different toys. Yes, only the first episode is included, not the whole movie, unfortunately. So anyway, let's get on to the review. So here is Megatron, Cybertronian mode Megatron in his vehicle mode, and it's supposed to be a Cybertronian jet. I think the design is quite unique, but in terms of accuracy to the show, this is horrendous. This is horrendous, 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 this is horrendous, horrendous. For instance, actually it's not that bad, but there should be a huge cannon at the bottom, and at the bottom you can actually see Megatron's body, so that takes points away. He has 2 landing gear and 1 huge landing gear over here, his wheels. Another thing I don't like about this figure is you can see the cannon facing backwards, and you also can see all these screws. Now at the back you don't see any screws, but at the front you see screws. They should really have changed the screws to be here instead of here, so that you make the mode more appealing. Other than that, this mode is not that bad. It's pretty interesting, but I think this is really one of the less impressive modes out of all the figures in the Transformers animated line, definitely. He does have 2 bits of translucent red plastic here, and another 2 bits of translucent red plastic here in the propeller thingies. So let's get to the transformation of the figure. So first off, we need to actually, give me a second, we need to actually pull off the cockpit cannon thing, and this has a little feature on its own. This can actually be turned into a sword by breaking it in half, not really, and bringing this around and closing this up. So he has kind of like a hook thingy, which doesn't really seem very appealing nor logical. Let's put it back, and let's set this aside. So here is Cybertron mode Megatron, and let's continue transformation. We pull both his legs down, and then we split it apart, turn it around. We take this translucent knee piece, lock it in place, press it down, do the same for the other side. The transformation is pretty similar to the Cybertron mode Voyager class Megatron. Bring this little thing around, close this, and after extend his feet like so, fully. Do the same with the other side. Close this, bring it around, and extend his feet completely. Next, we just settle his arms by pulling it down, like so, turning it around, extending it. Do the same for the other side. Pull the arms up, pull it down, turn it around, and pull it down. And the last step is to actually push his body down. A lot of people don't know this, but you're actually, in vehicle mode, you have to lift his body up to minimize the space between this part of the body and the fusion cannon, or the cockpit area. So push it down for robot mode, and last but not least, attach the fusion cannon to his arm. I don't own the Cybertron mode Megatron, but from what I can see, it's not very good. So if you ever have a choice between the Cybertron mode Megatron Deluxe and Voyager, definitely choose this version for a number of reasons. In terms of accuracy to the show, I can say that this one is much more accurate to the show. The colors of this figure more closely resemble the leader class Megatron in terms of the shade of grey. In this figure, he does feature some battle damage. I'm not sure whether they'll release another one without battle damage, but he has this copper-like battle damage here, his feet, and on his other shoulder here. His articulation is fantastic, full range of motion here, like so, left, right, up, down, in, out. His feet are a little bit strange. They can be moved like so, but they can't go past this point. So he has a little bit of trouble getting balanced, but that's not much of an issue. Another thing is that his leg joints here are a little bit loose. Mine's not as loose as Spader's Bolt Matrix, that is, and it's still able to stand on a kind of a friction surface. But as you can see, due to the cannon, he's actually leaning towards one side. but that's not much of a problem. So in terms of arm articulation, you can go forwards, backwards, in, out, full range of motion here. His wrists do not turn, unlike the Cybertron Mode one. And for this one, you can actually pose him looking like this. Very, very nice, very G1-esque. Very cool. He does not feature any missiles, but he does have this spring-loaded gimmick, like so. For my Optimus Prime one, I actually removed the spring to try and get articulated waist, but that was not a very wise thing to do because the figure does not stay, his waist does not stay straight anymore. So do not remove the spring. The spring is there to help keep the figure in place. So that's all I can actually think of for this figure. It's not a bad figure in terms of accuracy to the show. So, well, this is Actar saying, see you in the next episode. This is Actar, and thanks for watching.